Good morning, students. So, previously we completed the topic is what is meant by asexual mode of reproduction. Clear it is? So, as the gametes are not involved directly in the process of asexual mode of reproduction, here completely gametes are involved here in this process. Okay. So now the topic is called sexual reproduction. As the name indicating, sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction means here involvement of gametes clearly. Gametes involvement is clearly occurs in the process of sexual reproduction. Here, the sexual reproduction basically two types. Do you know what is the process of fertilization? Fusion of male and female gametes is called as fertilization. After fertilization, zygote is forming. So, in sexual reproduction, there are two processes. Which one? First one is called as external fertilization. Second one, internal fertilization. As the name indicating external fertilization, here male and female gametes of the animals are directly discharged out, where the fertilization process completely occurs outside of the female body or the mother. Okay, best example, mostly all the aquatic animals. So, for example, fishes and amphibians. So, for example, amphibians, example, frogs. All the fishes and amphibians, male and female organisms, female fishes and female frogs releases the eggs into the water. These are basically commonly called as the span. On the span, male animals releases the sperms, which is commonly called as a milt, where the egg cells and the sperm cells fertilize naturally. By chance fertilization, this is clearly by chance fertilization. Fertility rate is too less. Clear it is. Nearly 1 to 2% of the eggs only can fertilize with the particular sperm cells. Are you clear? Okay. So this kind of fertilization process completely occurs outside of the female body or the mother. Are you understand? This kind of fertilization is commonly called external fertilization. Where the internal fertilization, all the developed animals, for example, after the amphibians, reptiles, okay, birds, and also the mammals. These developed animals are mostly preferred the process commonly called as internal fertilization. Here in the internal fertilization, male animals deposit the sperm cells directly into the body of the female during the coitus, during the process of copulation. Whereas the sperm cell can fertilize with the egg within the body of the female or in the mother. Here the fertility chances are too high. High fertility chances are present in the internal fertilization. Okay. Here in the internal fertilization, there is no chance of affecting external factors like heat, temperature, or might be the any kind of climatic factors. Climatic factors are completely influences the external fertilization. That's why the fertility chances are too less here now. Okay, whereas the developed animals like reptiles, birds, and mammals, all the animals can also possess the process commonly called as internal fertilization. Human being is the best example for internal fertilization. So, what are the structures of the male reproductive system of the human beings? Clearly, it is now. Before going to the topic, do you know what is called adolescence? In the 8th class topic, you know clearly when the child reaches the 12 or 13 years, or 13 to 14 years onwards from the males especially, there is a there is a time is commonly called as adolescence. In this particular time of the adolescence, male sexual hormones, this is commonly called as testosterone. Testosterone is ready to start from the pituitary gland itself now. The testosterone hormone secretes from the male sexual organs commonly called as the testis. Okay, one pair of testes or testicles are present in the scrotal sacs just under the penis. One pair of testicles or testes present in the pouch, a pouch bag-like structure called as the scrotum. Within the scrotum, the testicles are completely deposited here. One pair. These testes can secrete a male sex hormone called as testosterone. Okay. This is responsible for the secondary sexual characters, which is the formation of the beard and the mustache and the body development, muscle development. Okay, low pitch value, hoarse voice. These are all the symptoms of the secondary sexual characters, which is the formation from the hormone is commonly called as the testosterone itself now. Okay, onset of the 13 to 14 years, the testicles are ready to produce the sperm cells. Okay, the sperm cells are producing from this particular part is commonly called as the testis. Okay, internally, this is the longitudinal section cutting. That is for your understanding. Here given it is now. Okay, so within the part of the internally within the part of the testis. Okay, the first one, the part is commonly called as seminiferous tubules. Internally, internally, several lobule-like structures, several spring-like structures. These are commonly called as seminiferous tubules. Okay, which is in length. Each and every seminiferous tubule is in the length of the 80 centimeters in length. A group of seminiferous tubules in each and every lobules. Nearly this kind of lobules are nearly around 200 to 280 lobules are present here now, approximately. These seminiferous tubules can open into the next tube, which is commonly called as vas efferentia. Vas efferentia. A group of vas efferentia. A group of vas efferentia from each and every seminiferous tubules opens into the next part is commonly called as epididymis. Testis internally having the seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules opens into a vas efferentia. Vas efferentia continues as a separate part is commonly called as the epididymis, where the sperm cells are temporarily stirred until their using is ready now. Sperm cells production is started in the seminiferous tubules and produced here. They are temporarily stored in the part is commonly called as epididymis until their use. So epididymis is the part where the sperm cells are stored temporarily. Okay. So this is commonly called as epididymis. After the epididymis, long tube is formed. This is commonly called as a vas deferens. This long tube, respectively from the two testicles, this is commonly called as vas deferens. Okay, the vas deferens directly opens. It is a common tube. This is commonly called as ejaculatory duct. This is commonly called ejaculatory duct. Ejaculatory duct is continuously forms as a long tube, which is commonly called as the urethra. Internally, the tube is present in the urethra. Externally, that part is continuous as a penis. Okay, there is no separate tube like this. Penis and urethra is also a common one. Penis is a separate organ, a coitus using organ. Okay, internally the separate tube is commonly called as urethra, where the urine and the sperm cells is also comes as a common tube. That's why in the males, this urethra is also commonly called as urinogenital duct. Already we know in the excretion lesson. Totally the length of the urethra is nearly by 20 centimeters. The length of the one is depending upon the length of the penis. Clear it is? These are the external structures, external ordering structures of the male reproductive system. In addition with these particular structures, two more kinds of glands are present. Okay, here the prostate gland and Cowper's glands. Prostate glands and Cowper's glands. The secretion from the prostate and Cowper's glands, which is also useful for the activity of the sperm cells. Okay, they secretes the liquid commonly called as the semen. Semen can also provide the nourishment for the sperm cells. Sperm cells getting the nutrients from the semen. Okay, which can be secreted and producing by these two kinds of glands now, respectively. Clear? So, a semi-liquid like portion that is commonly called the sperm is ejaculated during every coitus. After every coitus, clear it is. They contain the thousands to millions of sperm cells. Okay, each and every sperm, liquid like sperm, contain the thousands to millions of sperm cells are present here. The sperm cell containing the head region, neck region, and also the tail region. The head region contains the template, the cap-like structure commonly called as the acrosome. Clear it is? Okay. The head region contains the acrosome. The head region also contains a dark standing body called as the nucleus. Okay. This is commonly called as the middle piece. And the last one is commonly called as the tail. Head region is also useful for the process of fertilization. Okay. The middle part containing the mitochondria, which also gives the energy for the sperm cell. And the last tail part is also useful for the swimming within the part of the female reproductive system itself now. Clear it is? Okay. So these are the orders: testis, seminiferous tubules, Vas efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens, and urethra, which is running through the penis itself now. If here comes to the next part is called a female reproductive system. This is well elaborated arrangement. Okay. One pair of ovaries are present in the lower abdomen. These are the clear sides. These are present only for the females. One pair of ovaries are present in the lower abdomen. These abdomen bearing this particular ovaries can also connecting with the a large muscular chamber is commonly called as the uterus. Before going to the introduction, females, of course, the girls also can reach the stages called as adolescence by onset of the 12 years, roughly 12 to 13 years onwards. Then there might be a chance for the first uh, ovulation, that is commonly called as the menarche, first ovulation process. Okay, how the menarche process is started here now. Okay, these two ovaries bears a globular like structures, a small globular like structures, number of globular like structures. Within each and every number of globular, okay, these globular like structures commonly called as Graafian follicles. Each and every Graafian follicle contains the egg cell. Okay, so when the egg cell matures from the liquid like portion, along with the liquid like portion, the Graafian follicle can automatically ruptures. The ruptured Graafian follicle from the ovary, that is commonly called as corpus luteum. That is commonly called as corpus luteum. So after the first menarche, every month, females body, of course, the ovary releases the one egg. Okay. So, for example, one egg is flushed into the next part is commonly called as the funnel. So, first of all, introduce the remaining parts now. This is the uterus. Uterus opens. The next part is commonly called as the cervix. This is the mouth or the cap of the female reproductive system. Okay. That should be opens into the outer region is commonly called as the vagina. Okay. Listen. So, when the egg is released, the egg is should be collected by the finger-like structures commonly called as the fimbriae. These finger-like structures commonly called fimbriae. The fimbriae collects the egg. See this? One egg is released into the fimbriae. This egg is gradually travels and waits within the part of the one is commonly called as fallopian tube. The fallopian tube is also called as the oviduct. Okay. The egg is runs and waits for the sperm cell. Egg is always stationary, mostly stationary. So during the coitus time, number of sperm cells are implemented in the part of the female reproductive system. Okay. So for example, if the sperm cells are not implemented or not introduced by the coitus process, okay, the egg can also stays until the 24 hours. The lifespan of the egg is also 24 hours. After 24 hours, the egg can automatically degenerates. By the onset of the 28 to 30 days, the egg can degenerates and that can automatically flushed out along with the more amount of blood materials by the cells during the cells of the uterus itself now. This is commonly called as the menstruation. Ovulation followed by the menstruation. Okay. So after ovulation, there might be menstruation. Menstruation occurs when the egg cell is not fertilized with sperm cell. This process continuously occurs in every month, depending upon the particular health condition itself now. Clear? So when the sperm cells are introduced and implemented into the part of the female body, female reproductive system, the sperm cell can also combine with the egg cell itself now. Now there might be a chance to the process commonly called as fertilization. Sperm cell contain the haploid gamete called N, and the egg cell also contain the haploid gamete called as N. It is a 2N diploid condition zygote is forms here now. After the formation of the zygote can travels gradually through the fallopian tube and finally attaches within the muscular sac-like structure called as the uterus now. And it is attached and embedded in the walls of the uterus. And the zygote can also sinks into the deeper parts of the layers of the uterus. Whereas the uterus also contains the three layers: outermost, middle, and inner. Ecto, meso, endo. Ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. Endodermal layers. Within the part of the one, they can also implement it in the part one. This process is commonly called as implantation. Implantation. The zygote is attached in the embedded in the walls of the uterine process. Okay, this is commonly called as an implantation. After implantation, when the zygote formation is occurs, the ovaries can completely stops to release their eggs until the baby delivery. After the baby delivery, also after 5 to 6 months, also the process of ovulation is automatic. It's not occur clearly, no. Okay. After that 5 to 6 months, the ovaries can also join their duties to release the egg itself. Now, clear. So the ovaries can also take the complete rest itself. Now, the zygote can also develops by the process of mitosis. Here the process meiosis takes place. Meiosis takes place to release egg itself. Now, the gamete cells can takes the process called as meiosis. Now, okay. After the mitosis process, 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 2, 8, 8 into 2, 16, 32, 64. Okay, a mass of cells can also generate and produce here now. As the zygote cell size increases, the uterine walls can gradually develop their size. As the womb of the mother can gradually extends to out. Okay, so this process completely growing again and again. So during the formation of this particular embryo, a separate layers are also formed around the particular embryo itself now. These are most important layer, Lena. Okay, the first one, outermost layer, is commonly called as the placenta. The placenta is formed by the 12th week of pregnancy. 12 into 7, that is by 84. So what is meant by placenta? So this is commonly called as the outermost layer of the embryo itself. Now, from the outermost layer of the embryo and the uterine walls, from the involvement of the outermost layer of the embryo and the uterine walls, a small finger-like projections can also project into the walls of the uterine. These structures can also form a separate layer that is commonly called as the placenta. So what is the use of the placenta, sir? It is formed by the 12th week of the pregnancy. This can also supplies the nutrients, exchanging materials like oxygen, carbon dioxide, nutrient materials, and also the exchanging materials of the excreted materials. Okay, all these materials can also done by the simple process commonly called as the diffusion. By the process of diffusion, the complete materials can automatically exchange from the baby to the mother and the mother to the baby itself now continuously. Okay, placenta is formed by the 12th week of pregnancy. It's a very important layer which can also link between the uterine walls of the mother and from the baby itself now. Clear it is. Okay, next one, chorion. Chorion. The second most layer is commonly called as the chorion, soon after the placenta. Okay, this can also gives the important structures which can useful for transporting materials from the uterine, from the mother uterine walls to the baby itself now. Okay, now. So the next one is called as umbilical cord. So the rapidly moving pools of blood materials can also transport from the mother to the baby itself now. Okay, this umbilical cord can also travels directly to the digestive canal of the directly canal of the embryo itself now. Okay, so the umbilical cord is a combining, it is a combination of nerve cells, blood cells, and also the pools of muscles and blood, rapidly moving blood until the formation of the embryo. The uterus doesn't have any supply of materials like this. After the formation of this particular zygote, okay, the walls of the uterus and the remaining are completely concerned with muscles, the nerve cells, and also the blood cells itself now. Okay, through the particular umbilical cord, okay, the materials are completely transported from one place to another itself now, completely now, from the mother to the baby itself now. And the last one is called as amnion. Okay, around the baby, separate structure, a sac-like structure. This is commonly called as amnion. Amnion contains the fluid material is commonly called as amniotic fluid. Amnion and amniotic fluid can also give the protection to the baby from mechanical shocks and jerks, which is also acting as a shock absorbers. Are you okay? From the minor or major, mostly from the mechanical shocks can be completely prevented by the amnion and amniotic fluid from the outer environment to the baby itself now. Okay. See this. After the formation of the embryo, from the third month of pregnancy, the embryo is commonly called as a fetus. So, for example, this is the first day. After the formation of the zygote. Okay, until the third month. Until the third month, that particular embryo is commonly called as the fetus. Okay, the level is called as first one is embryo. Okay, fetus. Okay, next one baby. Clear it is. After fetus, next stage is commonly called as the baby now. So the complete developmental stage is taken place within the part of the one. So the embryo can also form the three layers: outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm, and inner endoderm also. Each and every layers can also form the respective organs. So for example, best example to your outer ectoderm, mostly skin and the outer organs are mostly forming from the ectoderm. Middle from the mesodermal layers, heart, blood vessels, like this organs, kidneys for example. Inner endoderm, still some more organs are also forming by the respective organs, its respective layers itself now. Okay, so this is the formation of the embryo itself after the formation of the zygote itself now. This process occurs after the formation of the zygote itself now. The zygote is not formed. This particular process of the menstruation occurs continuously for every month itself now. Understand? Okay. So after that particular 9 months, okay, now next process called as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 and 9. So this is basically counting of the months, but the doctors can detect this particular growing baby stages by the weeks. Okay, 40 into 7. This process of period, the complete formation of the baby process in the mother's womb is commonly called as gestation period. Okay, for the egg-laying animals, the process commonly called as incubation period. Okay, so gestation 40 into 7 that equal to 280 days or 9 months or 270 to 280 days. The gestation period of the human being is by any chance, I mean any option, 40 weeks or 9 months or 270 to 280 days. Okay, the gestation period may vary from the organism to organism. Keep it in your mind. I don't want to write on the blackboard now. Of course, green board. The gestation period of the human being and the cow and the buffaloes mostly 270 to 280 days. Rats and mouses 20 to 22 days. Okay, so the gestation period in the horses 330 days. Okay, next one, the gestation period in the elephant around 600 days approximately. Are you okay? So these are the gestation periods that are various from animals to animals itself now. Clear it is? Okay. How the childbirth occurs, what is the reproductive health, we will discuss later in the coming topic. Okay. Thank you.